Hey, good morning, everyone. Just wanted to go over something real quick here this morning. It's not breakfast, but I do love instant overnight oats with raspberries. Basically is planning a homestead. My wife and I were pretty good at details, and we really fell flat on our face, I feel, with executing a plan when we thought we would do it. One thing about a homestead or getting off grid that is very surprising to us, or keeps on surprising us even though it shouldn't, is how much dang stuff there is to do. Alright, the parcel we bought is 40 acres, a quarter mile by a quarter mile, and it is an enormous property. Even though we went here and walked it, we completely still have no idea how big it is, okay? And we have no clue how to plan the space. So we've been talking to our neighbor, who continues to give us great suggestions, and that is deal with the basics, right? Always back to basics. That's basically what our farm's doing here, is back to basics anyways. The old style of farming, all organic stuff, homestead, grow your own, use it again, trade with your neighbors, don't go buying everything, things like that, basic, very old school type ways of doing things. So yesterday we decided to finally pick something and finish it completely. Alright, now that for us is the hardest thing. We have so many different things going on when we get paid or when our money comes in. We end up essentially splitting it out to 5 different projects and barely moving ahead on each and every project we split it to. So it takes a very long time to finish anything, and it becomes quite frustrating. So we decided to purchase the things from start to finish for a mini hoop house. The cabin we're staying in, back behind me here, over there, is hardly insulated at all. It's still getting cold here at night, down into the 40s. Sometimes it freezes our irrigation lines, and we gotta wait. But that being said, it's cold, and we have a short growing season here in the high desert, and we basically want to help supplement that excuse me, by using a hoop house to trap the heat for a longer period of time, which will basically supplement or extend our growing season, so that we can get things like tomatoes in right now, getting ready to sprout and get out when they need to be, as opposed to starting them from seed a little early. As opposed to starting them from seed at the time they're supposed to be sown in the ground, which here where we are might not work out that great. So I prefer having things big and at least in like a 6-inch pot before I drop it into the ground. We'll see how that goes here. But back to the planning thing. It's really hard to make that decision to just drop the cash on a single project, okay? Because then you gotta commit to it, and you have to execute, which is extraordinarily hard. But the main thing is, it feels pretty good actually. Like right now, it's about 8-something in the morning, and I'm sitting here just gonna get started on it. I just been looking around, like, where would that hoop house go? And, before I got all the stuff for it, my brain was split like 7 different directions, like the seedling starts, or the water on the hill, or getting the insulation taken care of, and this and this and this and that. And the hoop house seems like a very quick one. All it takes is some rebar, basically hammered in the ground, with some PVC and some plastic. Like, that's my greenhouse, is 3 ingredients basically. It's going to be hopefully awesome, and we'll get you a little video here in a little while when I get it started. But the main thing I want to talk about was being split all the different ways. So it's my suggestion to bite the bullet, drop the cash on a project, all the materials you need from start to finish. You're never going to get it completely correct. You have to buy some stuff later if you're us. But just do it. You'll be more at peace with yourself once you decide how the money is spent and where it needs to go. If you're having trouble like we are, I suggest getting a little pad of paper and writing a list. All the things you think are important right now, and then just basically deciding on one and you know, just basically do it. Like all this stuff here that I've planted, these garlics over in these containers right here, this wisteria pot, all these trees you see over here, those are all whims, okay? I didn't really plan those out. We just showed up, started cutting a road. I was like, fruit trees take a long time to grow, let's plant some. And it's been successful so far. So just do it, and you'll be that much further along. In this game, I think the tortoise wins the race. It's just slow and steady. Do something every day if you can, no matter how small. And every few weeks or every month, do something a little bigger, you know, with that injection of money you get. But hopefully soon, with that mentality, this thing, this plot, this parcel, this homestead will transform into something amazing, just with hard work and a little money. Have a good morning, y'all.